that there is something that we can take from the general life related to our discussion. This bazaar word is quite common to us in our discussion. But when you go around and see the way the market economy works, I was generally asking myself whether we can or are we ready to even equate our idea of bazaar with the actual bazaar which exists there. Is anyone ready to accept that that is the idea of bazaar that we are talking about? And on some level it's yes, because bazaar, as in the general bazaars, pose a direct competition or they stand against the general notion of cathedrals, the modern cathedrals, that is the shopping malls. They stand in direct opposition. In that sense, the shopping malls or the established business would not want the bazaar to exist. They do not want. They would expect that all the people who want to buy something will come to them. But I generally don't know. You should enlighten me. Whether the bazaar selling Bevu Bella ella sell not that. Mavinkai, Sopu, Bevu. Do you get these things in the malls? A Balakai, what you want. The essential ingredients for celebration. Atho Ayuda Puja dina Mundakai. Do malls sell them? I have no idea. I am just asking. I suppose they do not. What I am hinting is, bazaars simply exist because they satisfy some needs of the people which these establishments cannot fulfill. On that way it is good. Like for example, in the bazaar you may see few things which you may not find in these established stores. That sense bazaars are welcome. But my question is, are we ready to equate our idea of bazaar, that is FOSS being bazaar, to that bazaar which exists? I have a slight hesitation because I don't buy things from bazaar. I do want to buy things from established stores. I feel the audience in this room also prefers that. If you want to buy some clothes, we would prefer going to a branded store than going to a local store. So in that sense there is some dilemma. I am just giving this thread to you to think on whether we can actually equate the idea of bazaar in the real world to the idea of bazaar that we are having, because the word bazaar itself is used not so much, it's not such a classy term. Are we ready to fix that label too fast? That proprietary software being more like standard, sophisticated and all that, and bazaar being this low class, not so very classy. I am not ready, but the discussion could be interesting on how we can map the mental ideas of bazaar in FOSS and the general idea of bazaar. It could be interesting. Why I am saying this is, like bazaars do exist to satisfy certain needs of people. In software there was a need which the traditional companies were not satisfied. Why did it happen in such a way? We should understand. To understand this, we should understand how traditionally the manufacturing industry has evolved. Some of the topics I have dealt in my last lecture, but somehow I felt that was not complete, that was not the way I wanted it to treat. So I am taking that same topic again and probably giving a different treatment. One other thing before I start the actual topic which you present is the sudden emergence in our Indian television market, a peculiar kind of programs which does not involve players in the traditional way we expected them to be, the daily soaps and serials. If you see, for a large period of time, Indian TV market was dominated by daily soaps. cookies asked me coming out the kind of serials dominated. And today suddenly you see that that kind of thing does not exist anymore. I don't know, people say that Pavitra is still the number one show, but I don't have the numbers. But overall, definitely there is something which was not there in Indian television but today is taking the center stage. Reality show of a very different way. Today probably in the mindset of youth of a particular age, UTV Bindas probably I think is a number one channel. And the kind of shows they make, I can hardly see it. But that seemed to have got the attention of a particular category of people who are the drivers of this environment. Or otherwise also, you will see even in the regional television, all the South Indian languages, and I have seen even in some Bengali channels, a peculiar type of shows which involves general public is gaining more importance. So much so that even Shah Rukh Khan is forced to do such a show. And you could not even imagine Shah Rukh Khan doing such a show before some 2-3 years ago. But today even he is forced to do such nonsense shows. Well, there is a market. But behind all this nonsense, I feel there is an urge of people to come forward. Instead of seeing what people give them, people today want to say, they want to come to the forefront and say, we have to dominate that particular group, which earlier was fed to them. You see, any traditional industry, the manufacturers have always taken for themselves to tell people what should they do. In the name of choice, what is being issued is a limited number of things available and you have to make the choice among them. For example, consider going to a restaurant. You have choice, but then still the choices available to you is not decided by you. That particular guy in the restaurant is making the choice for you. What if you want something else apart from what is available? It's not given to you. Take for example the clothes we wear. Somebody else tells us. I recently was trying to investigate on the popularity of a certain kind of dress among females which I found everywhere. When I went to the market, I see all the girls wearing the same kind of dress. That green and red combination. They know some investigation ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ anarkali dress ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. People call it anarkali dress. Suddenly you go to the market, you will see everybody wearing green, maroon, red kind of combination, right? Most dominant. Where did it originate from? I don't know. If anybody knows, please enlighten me. Suddenly you see that everybody is wearing this green, maroon, green, red combination. Apart from the name, I don't know much about this. But I want to know why suddenly this kind of thing has gained popularity. Because I know, because I am an old man, I remember things from past. I know that certain kind of dress called as Bazigar sarees were famous at a point of time. And after a point of time, kuch hota hai saree was there. But this anarkali thing, I don't know where it emerged. How are you? It's quite interesting because now what I'm hinting towards is one particular domination. For example, in this case it could be Jodha, but I don't remember green maroon in Jodha. Well, I should see the movie again. But why did it get the name of anarkali is very why people call it anarkali dress? And one of the friends complained to me that if you go to any shop and ask for the dress, they will throw only anarkali dress. We don't have much choice. That may also be the reason. If a kind of fashion gains importance, you will find the entire market being flooded with such kind of thing. You will not get choice. That has always happened. Manufacturers usually dominate the popular mindset. They want to set the tone of how you should behave, what you should think, what you should eat, how you should eat. All these things people sit and prescribe. For example, when Pepsi failed to get market entry into India, and when Pepsi had to diversify, they made a very clear strategy, clever strategies. Pepsi for a long time in India was not accepted due to various cultural reasons. started using Pepsi not because it was very tasty drink or something, but because of the cultural values associated with it. If you are drinking Pepsi, you are considered cool kind of thing. That attracted people to it. But then they understood that this is a limited market. So they wanted to expand it. How have they expanded it? You see the recent ads. They have made these soft drinks not as a youth drink, but as a family drink. Have you seen that change? You see any soft drink commercial today, it is not projected as a youth drink, it's a family drink. People drink these soft drinks at home. You serve them when the guests come. You serve them when the groom comes to see the bride. All that. Or better still, there is a master stroke. You serve Pepsi during lunchtime. There was one particular time it was dominating before some time that the mothers would taste well with Pepsi or something like that. Mothers would plus Pepsi combination was tried. The same trend you will see people are using to market Cadbury.
Cadbury.
That trend you have to understand. That they are slowly trying to make a product a part of your everyday life. See how Cadbury was being marketed earlier. Celebration time, that is it. Now it is slowly becoming a part of everyday life. Are you observing that change? That is important. What I am trying to point out here again and again is that somebody sitting somewhere is trying to manipulate the way you should consume their products. And we as Bakras are trying to follow as it is. Why did it happen is the question which I am trying to probe now. To answer this question, we have to turn a few pages in this, not make books all day. There was a period of time, I am speaking with specific reference to India because I know much about this country, but I feel the scenario was same everywhere. Man could not exist without taking help from other members of his community. His life depended upon how others helped him to live together. This was a necessity because he had to face the formidable force of nature. He could not do it alone. He wanted his people to be together. Slowly, the sense of community developed because there was a need for it. And slowly what may have happened is that people started distributing the tasks among each other. That you do this, you do this, you do this. Everybody took up a task because they were good in that or they liked doing that. So the classification of labor in the earliest times may not have happened by force but by interest. So people who like to do things, they made the tools. People who like doing some kind of jobs, they did those jobs. People who love reading, studying and propagating the knowledge, they did that. So the division of labor was automatic and was by interest. In such a very idealistic community, all tasks done was not for themselves but for the community. You were learning how to fight because you had to protect the community. You were learning how to make the best use of the fertile land and come up with crops because you had to feed the community. You were learning about the movement of the stars because you wanted to predict something for the community. So in a nutshell, the individual's life was committed to the welfare of the community. Community first, individual next was the mantra. Now this slowly changed. I feel one of the important things which changed, which shattered this sense of community was machines. Machines changed this. Because with the introduction of machines, the reliance upon humans on others to do something came down. If you look at the breakdown of the family system, you will see that family system also broke down during this period. Earlier it was a necessity. If you had Say for example, some 100 acres of land, you wanted more people to work because they had to go to farm and work. You wanted more people working in the kitchen to feed all these hungry stomachs. So a kind of family system wherein one could be dependent on another, working together was necessity. Which changed that? Machines changed. With the introduction of machine, humans reduce the dependence on others. No more was it required that 10 people come and work in the field. You could take a tractor and do the job yourself. It would be very interesting if somebody could take up a step further and see on how the sense of community belonging started trembling and now completely broken with the introduction of machine. So if you draw a graph, if the machinery was growing like this with time, the sense of community was coming down. Now today we have a system wherein absolutely a person feels that he can live in this world without depending on anyone. Sense of community breakdown has become complete as of now. And one thing which we have been able to achieve in today's world is that feeling that self, individual, is far more important than the community. In a way, the manufacturing industry understood this in a better way. Well, remember what I told in the beginning, that the division of labor happened mostly because of interest. At the later time, these practitioners of individual jobs monopolized it to such a level that when the industrial revolution began to happen, their monopoly over that particular job reached the highest point. And they started telling us what to do, how to do. For a long time it happened. This did not happen in one day. This monopolization of manufacturing class over general public did not happen in one day. It happened over years. But then you should understand that this development which has happened, I don't think in the beginning we even imagined that it would turn up in this way. The script